So, welcome to our live meditation session. This is part of our Real Happiness Challenge, but I've also invited those who are our followers on social media and people who are on our mailing list, people who have done our courses before. So, everyone is welcome here. So, the idea is just to recap four of the practices we covered so far and one of the breathing exercises. So I'm going to give you some instructions, and the plan is to do a meditation for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to open for questions after that. To start, I'd like to, well, maybe let me just recap the practice we have done so far. So we started with the open awareness. So the idea here is to go in the opposite way of how we are used to using our attention. So when we have a task at work, we are just going to channel all our attention into one object, and we're going to try to repress the rest, right? And this is very energy consuming. And the same thing applies for meditation. Usually a teacher would instruct you to focus on your breath, or you have like a candle, a mantra, and then you're going to use that as the object of meditation, and then you're going to try to ignore and suppress the rest. And if you get distracted, you just come back to the breath and to the object. But research says that this takes a lot of effort. This is not how the brain is designed to operate for a long period of time. So what we're trying to do here is to open our awareness to take as much as we can of the environment that we are in. So we do that by opening our visual field. Then we do the same with our sense of hearing. Then we drop to our bodies and we become aware of the space around our bodies. For some people, when you first get in touch with those kind of instructions, it can sound a bit difficult. How can you be aware of space? How can you be open your attention to take as much as you can? But this is doable, and people have been reporting some good results with that. So just follow your don't overthink. That's what I want to say. Just try to do it. Then we're going to move to the loving kindness practice, where we try to be more caring towards ourselves. Our minds can be our worst enemy, so we just treat ourselves as a good friend, and then we remind ourselves of our common humanity, and we wish other people well as well, and we increase this sense of connectedness by doing this practice. And this is really good for countering the negativity bias of the brain. So as some of you know, we are much more sensitive to the negative aspects of life. We just need one negative thing in our day to completely ruin it. So in this practice, we try to make our minds a bit more at peace, in equilibrium, by cultivating the positive. Then we're going to move to the acceptance part. This has to do with pain and suffering in life, and how we react to negative emotions, to physical pain. And we're going to see that whereas pain is inevitable, it's just part of being human, we can try to reduce the resistance we put towards pain. And by doing that, we can reduce the amount of suffering we experience. And so this is the goal of our acceptance practice. And to end the practice, we're going to try the awareness of awareness practice. So this is another way of using our attention and our awareness in a different way. So when we use our attention, we tend to, as I said in the first practice, we tend to direct it. It feels like we are like a lighthouse with a light coming from our heads, and it is directing towards the object. And so here we're going to do we're going to take a U-turn, and when we do a 180-degree turn towards awareness itself. And this is one of those that people at first feel a bit lost. What do I do? Am I doing it wrong? So just do it. Don't overthink too much. And you're going to see that by turning awareness towards awareness itself, you're going to feel a sense of peace because you're not using your thinking mind to relate to the world around you. Okay, so each one of those practices will take just 5 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, 3 bells to start, 1 bell every 5 minutes, just to remind ourselves to change the practice. To begin, I suggest that we can do some energized breath. If you haven't done it, just take it easily, because for some people you can feel a bit lightheaded, but it's a good way to put us into the moment, because this is a stressor. So we're gonna tell the brain that, okay, let's work hard, but we're just gonna do it for 3 minutes, and then once we finish the exercise, we're gonna feel a sense of relief, because we're gonna feel that the brain is trying to compensate and put our bodies back into equilibrium. So we can feel, at the same time, we're gonna feel really present, and you're gonna see how the rest and digest part of the brain is going to start to kick in. So I think it's a good way to begin a practice and to be more present. So this practice is basically, we're going to breathe really fast for 20 rounds. We're going to take 20 in breaths and 20 out breaths. And then we're going to empty our lungs. And then we're going to do a breath hold for 30 seconds with our lungs completely empty. And then once those 30 seconds are gone, we're going to take a full in breath, and we're going to pinch our nose again for 15 seconds and try to stay there with our lungs completely full. And then we're going to do it once more, the second round. So it's 20 breaths, faster than usual. You can follow the way I'm breathing. I'm not going to count, because otherwise I can do it at the same time, but just try to follow the sound of my breath so you can see the pace that you need to be breathing. Okay. If you feel uncomfortable with this, just try to slow down a little bit and get back to the way you normally breathe. Please be seated. Don't try to do this when you're standing, because your blood pressure might drop quite quickly. Okay. Let's start. I'm going to start with the just some more people joining us here. Just a second. Okay. 20 breaths really quickly. Then breath hold with lungs empty. Then breath hold with lungs full. Okay. Let's start it. Empty your lungs. Breath hold for 30 seconds now. Out. Full breath in. 15 seconds. Out. We're going to get ready for one more round. 20 fast breaths. Empty your lungs, 30 seconds, breath hold. Now. Big breath in, 15 seconds. And out. Return to your normal breathing pace. See if you can get, if you want to move your hands, your feet, get back to the room around you. And we are going to start our 20-minute meditation. Going to set the timer here. And we begin now. Start by settling in your seat. If it helps, feel the pressure of your body on the ground, on the chair. Sorry, for some reason I think I lost my connection. Let's start again. So we're going to start by settling in our seat, feeling our bodies, touching the chair, the ground. For this one, I invite you to have your eyes open because we are going to open our awareness, our visual field. I invite you to look to what's in front of you, but don't try to pick any specific object. See if you can focus on the space that is present in the room you are in. Eyes open. Slowly defocus your eyes like you're defocusing a camera lens. You don't need to put any strain in your eyes. Just relax your eyes. If that helps, you can take both your fingers and use them to become more and more aware of your visual field without moving your eyes. See if you can expand until you stop seeing your hand, or you're just about to stop seeing your hand. See if you can be aware of your hand and the space around you both at the same time. You can also try up and down and see the limits of your visual field. Take a relaxed interaction with the environment around you. There's no need to strain. Relax your eyes. Just be a receiver of light. Light is coming to your eyes. You don't need to do any effort. While you stay there, you can drop your hands, but keep the same approach to how you see. Now we're going to move to our sense of hearing. If that helps, pick one object that you can be aware of. It can be my voice, something in a room, like a fan of a computer or cars passing by. Once you identify one object, I'd like you to try to be aware of the space around the sound, even if that sounds a bit difficult to do. See if you can become aware of the space where sounds are coming from. This helps us to get out of the chattering mind. We're moving away from beta brainwaves into alpha, which is a more relaxed, but alert state. If it's a bit too difficult for you, try to be aware of the opposite area where this most important sound is coming from. If it's coming from the left, see if you can be aware of the back and the right, slightly opposite. And we move to our bodies, drop into the body. Instead of being interested in the body, you're going to see if you can be aware of the space around the body, the space here in the front, and especially the space behind the body. Can you be aware of that? There's no need to overthink, just to do it. Now we're going to move to our loving kindness meditation. If that helps, see if you can, because usually we spend a lot of time up in our heads. So I invite you to see if you can unhook from thinking, let your awareness drop from behind the eyes, behind the nose, your mouth from the inside, your neck from the inside, until your awareness rests around the heart area, the chest area, here. Now you can close your eyes, but keep the same open awareness. You don't need to go up to your mind to be present. And in this heart area, we're gonna wish ourselves to be happy and healthy in life. The statements are just a suggestion. You can use different ones if you want. You don't need to say them, but just stay present with this feeling of love and care that you're wishing yourself to experience in this moment. Those statements are, I'd like you to be safe. I'd like you to be healthy. I'd like you to be happy. I'd like you to be at ease in the world. Now you can imagine that this feeling of love is expanding and going towards those who share the same building as you, can be the same flat, the same house, and you're going to wish them well too. You can say, I'd like you to be safe. I'd like you to be healthy. I'd like you to be happy. I'd like you to be at ease in the world. If your mind has hooked you, just imagine that you are unhooking from your mind and dropping to the heart area here. And from this place, you're going to wish those who live in the same area as you to be happy, healthy, and safe. You can say the same statements to them too. I'd like you to be safe. I'd like you to be healthy. I'd like you to be happy. I'd like you to be at ease in the world. You can imagine that this feeling of love is going towards everyone that lives on this planet. All living beings are receiving this wish from you. By now, it's natural to start feeling any unwanted emotions, some discomfort, pain. And when that happens, we can see what's our reaction to it and what is the pain, the emotion. So we can investigate and see if we can cultivate some acceptance towards the natural pains of life. By doing that, we're going to reduce the resistance that we tend to add to this natural flow of life of emotions. So whenever you notice any uncomfortable emotion, physical pain, do this two-step process. Go directly to the emotion, to the pain, analyze it, stay with it, then step back and watch what is your reaction to it. Are you trying to suppress it? Are you trying to deny it? Are you trying to change it? What is it that you're doing? What are you adding to it? That doesn't need to be there. And once you realize that, see if you can soften, relax, reduce some tension around that emotion. And that helps. You can say the following phrase. Although I don't like this particular emotion, I fully accept it and I allow it to be present. See if you can allow things to be just as they are.
If your mind has got you again, just unhook and drop to your body. We are investigating our resistance towards pain. So once you experience something that you don't like, do the simple two-step process. Go towards it, see what's the actual emotion, sensation, physical pain, and then step back and investigate what's your reaction to it. Once you notice what's your reaction to it, see if you can soften around it. Maybe you can expand your body, relax, take a deeper breath. Now we're going to try our awareness of awareness practice. So usually we use our attention directing it towards something. It feels like we are like a lighthouse directing the beam of light towards external objects. But this time we're going to see if we can point our attention towards awareness. You can do it imagining that you are bending this spoke of attention, this beam of light back towards the source of awareness. You can imagine that you are just retracting this, returning to the source. Or you can just imagine that you're resting in awareness. without any specific object to be aware of. I'm going to drop some questions here that might help you. They're just invitations, so you can explore, but there is no right or wrong. Don't use your analytical mind to answer them. Just be open and receive those questions and watch what happens for you. The question is, what is here now if there is no problem to solve? What is left when there is no problem to solve? Another question that might help you to put in this awareness of awareness state is, who is aware? You can see that you are here now, noticing thoughts, voices, sounds, sensations. But where is this who, this I am, located? Just stay. If you manage to find something, just stay there. Just for now, there's nothing to do. You just need to be. Okay, if you had your eyes closed, you can open them into a stretch. Move your fingers, your body. See if you can stay in this state for just a couple more minutes. Okay. Oh, sorry about the bell. Erica just seen it now. I'll try to reduce the volume later. So now I invite you to ask questions. If you want to share about your experience, you can use the chat here, or you can unmute yourself. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Oh, great. That's great to hear, to see it. Except for the bell, okay. Okay, noted. There won't be any loud bells next time. That's great. So, for those who are it needs practice. So this is not the way we are used to use our minds and attention. This is considered to be a very advanced practice in Eastern cultures, because here in the West we just know about mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of emotion, and those are great, but they are just one side of the whole spectrum of awareness practices or about meditation. And for me, those more advanced practices, although they take a little longer to be understood and to be felt, they have much more effects, because they're not advanced by a mistake. There's a reason why they call advanced practices. So I invite you to this. Whenever you feel that you're lost, it's because you're overthinking. So if the goal here is to step back from this storm that we live inside of our heads. So if we're just giving one more instruction to the thinking mind, this is not going to help. So if the goal here is to not use it, so don't give it one more instruction, because this is not gonna work. We're stopping playing this game and we're gonna play in a different league. That's the way of explaining it. But yeah, I think it's just practicing like this for over a year. So for me, it used to be hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think whenever we try any new practice, it takes a while. It's like learning how to ride a bike or anything in life. Just need to keep persisting. A good way of, I think, I went on online lecture, and the teacher said that we should adopt or approach new things in life like a child. When a child is learning how to walk, you have this kind of persistence that no matter what happens, the child will never give up and will try it. So it's not being stubborn or anything, just this determination to go and do something. But at the same time, we have this kind of awe and curiosity, and we see things with a sense of wonder. That's what I'm trying to say. Some people they have other commitments, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope we have 3 more days in our challenge, so keep coming back for more instructions. I'll try to host another of those live practices next week, maybe on Tuesday. I will let you know in our social media, email, and the usual channels. Okay, thank you very much for being here, and I see you later. Bye bye. Thank you.